doing it guerrilla style. Night of Champions is mere seconds away from being over. And Seth Rollins almost, emphasis on the term almost, cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, but the bell never rang, so the match doesn't count. But John Cena was mere minutes from winning the World Championship, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, for the 16th time until Seth Rollins came in and interfered with the match. So John Cena wins the match, so it's, I guess, 1-1 if you're counting it as a series. Um, but does that mean that the Beast is beatable? But we'll get to that. This is the Night of Champions reaction video. I am, of course, Nirvana Sparkle, doing it solo. This time, Night of Champions from Nashville, Tennessee. We had 3 title changes tonight. We had Stardust and Goldust winning the WWE Tag Team Championship over the Usos giving it their best shot, but it was meant to be for Stardust and Goldust, and this will push them forward into something. Of course, Dustin and Cody Rhodes outside their personas, winning their second tag team championship together in a rather impressive match to start the night off. A lot of high-flying moves, a lot of sudden 2 counts. Very excellent matchup, but of course we got new champions, and it wasn't that long that we had to wait for the second new champions, but in the second match of the night, Sheamus took on Cesaro in a great matchup between 2 young superstars. Cesaro nearly won off of his European uppercut on several different occasions, showing off his impressive skills, but Sheamus just won't stay down. He took a super kick directly to his face, only to counter back with a hellacious bro kick to win the match and retain the United States Championship, a championship that he has had for 7 months now, and it seems that there is no going back to that for right now, but expect a rematch between those two very, very soon. The second title change happened, however, in the Intercontinental Championship match, with The Miz winning the IC Championship over a very game Dolph Ziggler. Now, as a side note, the band Florida Georgia Line, known for their song Cruise, was out as guest commentators and also to announce that they are part of this year's annual Tribute to the Troops celebration that's going to go down in December. A great event that the WWE does to celebrate all our active members of the service. But they got involved and actually punched Damien Mizdow in the face, one of the members of Florida Georgia Line. But ultimately, The Miz, using a little pull of the tights and by successfully weakening Dolph Ziggler with a figure 4 leg lock, won the big matchup and won his 4th Intercontinental Championship. But that was the second switch of the night, and then we had two minor matches. Well, not necessarily minor, because Mark Henry took on Rusev in the Battle for United States Pride, and Mark Henry had the Star Spangled Banner sung by Lillian Garcia before the match, which was really good and really tear-jerking, but unfortunately, it was not enough to stop the Accolade and Rusev, as Rusev injured Mark Henry's back by ramming him into the steel steps, and that was essentially the beginning of the end. Even with a world's strongest slam, he couldn't get enough force behind it to capitalize off of it, thus it led into a super kick followed by the aforementioned Accolade and the tap out. It looks like Rusev has no comers here. And then after that, the scheduled match was going to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. But because of a sudden injury, a hernia, that Roman Reigns suffered just yesterday, he could not participate in the match, and thus Seth Rollins tried to pull a similar thing he tried to do at SummerSlam against Dean Ambrose. But the funny thing about Dean Ambrose is he got a taxi all the way to Nashville and decided to show up. The lunatic fringe was indeed back and looking for a piece of Seth Rollins' ass, and nearly got it, if not for him being restrained and literally tied down via WWE security and Triple H actually using wrist ties to tie his arms and legs and drag him out of the arena. But needless to say, that great young rivalry is back on once again. I want to see more of those two. I really, really do. And also, and and now though, with what Rollins did later in the night, which I'll get to, it's definitely now going to get even more interesting. The next match on the docket was the bathroom break of the night, which was Paige defending her Divas bathroom break, plug for a TV show, meaningless championship, against Nikki, I'm meaningless without my sister Bella, and AJ Lee. AJ Lee getting the dupe with the Black Widow submission hold, becoming the new bathroom break champion of the world. I guess now she can clean the urinals at the top woman in the company. I just want to get over that as much as possible. But between that, we had a humdinger of a match between my man, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton. Randy Orton, of course, getting the win, but Chris Jericho, of course, looking grand as ever, as this looks like to be his last match, because he's looking like he's going on tour again with Fozzy, as the reports are, but he made it look absolutely fantastic. And Randy Orton on two separate occasions almost said the kick is up and good, and bringing back the punt. The fans were chanting for the punt kick. Understand, we have not seen the punt kick in about 5 years, guys. So, it's been a long time since then, but it was an excellent, excellent match. And really the show stealer of the night, in my opinion, with Randy Orton getting the win. And really, I don't think this proves that he's top tier or anything, but this most certainly proves that he can still win a big match in a big spot. And in the main event of the evening, Brock Lesnar against John Cena, part 3, technically. Not part 2, like the WWE is trying to sell you. Part 3. John Cena actually showed up for a fight tonight, but he still got his ass royally kicked with multiple suplexes, a kidney bruise. I mean, Brock Lesnar is some kind of sickening freak of a human being, and he beat John Cena's ass, but as I said at the top of the video, Cena was in mere moments of winning the championship for the record-tying 16th time until Seth Rollins came in with a Money in the Bank briefcase and interfered in the match, thus giving John Cena the win off of disqualification. But most notably, Brock Lesnar took 4 FUs. I will not call them attitude adjustments. FUs. He took 4 FUs and was in 3 STFUs and took a curve stomp by Rollins. And it looked like Rollins was about to go to the ATM and make a deposit, if you know what I mean, and get his world championship. But Cena interfered in the match, interfered in the cash-in, and broke up the match before it could begin. But here's the crazy thing. Just mere minutes later, Brock Lesnar arose from all that. Is he a god? 4 AAs and a curb stomp? What is this guy? Death Side? Dark Side? Apocalypse? Doomsday? Is this guy some kind of super villain from hell? Speaking of hell, that is the next pay-per-view, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view on October the 26th. That's the next time we'll be doing a video such as this, and hopefully I will have my tag team partner in crime, Dr. Spartan, with me on that night. But those are your Night of Champions results, and my reaction to the entire night. It was an excellent night with A-class matches all throughout the night. This is the best night of wrestling that I've seen since WrestleMania this year. It was very, very good and left for some compelling storylines, especially with Cena and Rollins and how Ambrose will fit in all this, and the bathroom break triangle will probably become a foursome, which then will become an orgy, and hopefully they'll have actual sex, because then it will be interesting. And maybe Sheamus is about to lose the U.S. title, hopefully, and I think the tag team division just got interesting with the Dust family now being your tag team champions and keeping that very vibrant tag team division up and running, which I hope this is actually the Wyatt's time to win the tag team titles. I think they're the next ones in line that I hope that they get the titles. And you know there's going to be a Cena Lesnar 3, and Cena's probably going to win the title, right? But please leave your thoughts on Night of Champions leading into the next Raw. This is going directly on the main channel and going to be reposted on Sports. we're going to do this every month, and I hope you will join me and Dr. Spartan when we do this again on October 26th for Hell in a Cell. Again, leave your comments on Night of Champions at the bottom of the screen, and make sure to watch Raw tomorrow for fallout, because I most certainly will, of this fantastic night. Until then, I am Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana, and thanks for watching.